Hello world and welcome to Bipey. Today we have an episode with Alfie, Harry, Hartley Downard. Say hello, Alfie.
Hi, this guy is keeping me in a shed. Please help.
Great way to start a mental health podcast. Alfie, how old are you, please?
I'm 9.
Okay.
Turning 10 in September.
Turning 10 in September, okay.
Yes.
And I'm friends with your daddy, right?
Yeah.
Dad, we should say. Dad.
Dog.
Dad. So I went to university with Alfie's dad, Brad. Alfie's dad is called Brad. So.
Bradley.
What? Bradley.
Bradley.
Right. Now let's get to the nitty-gritties, please, young man. Right. So, Alf, you are 9 turning 10.
Yeah.
What is your favourite colour?
I like black.
Oh, okay. We could look into that, couldn't we? What's your actual favourite colour, please?
No, black.
Your favourite colour is black.
Yes.
Okay. What's your favourite model of car?
I don't know. I've got a lot.
Okay, what's one of we talked about Tesla earlier, didn't we?
Mhm.
Okay, what?
No, not Tesla.
Oh, Alfie's sister's here. Do you want to say hello, Zara? Mummy, bye. Are you staying, Zara? Wait, this is alright. You can say hello, Zara. And Shaz. This is Mummy, Shaz, and sister, Zara.
Can we redo it?
No, we'll just do it. We'll just carry on. We'll just wing it. Right, we'll just do a little podcast. And, yeah, aren't we? Wait, what were we saying? What's your favourite car? You still need to answer that. What is it? What's your favourite car?
A Ford 6x6.
A Ford 6x6?
Yeah, truck.
So a Ranger?
Yeah.
In
a
black?
Raptor or something.
A Raptor?
Yeah, like black and red.
Black and red? Okay, what football team do you support?
What's that? A Mustang?
A Mustang.
Nah.
What's your football team, please?
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah,
Can you explain that, please?
Arsenal.
Hello, Gilfie. I mean, I think we're going to pause here for a sec. So we had a bit of a distraction there, didn't we, Alf? But we're all good now. We are distractionless. Okay, so why do you support Arsenal, please?
I support it because my granddad used to live right next to the stadium.
Okay. And then Dad supported it? Arsenal.
Yes.
Who's your favourite player? Who's your favourite player?
Aubameyang?
Aubameyang. Striker.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, Alf, what we're doing today is this is a podcast. What did
Think of it.
you were trying to think of it? You
Yeah,
can
I
say
was
that.
just trying to think
You were
of
just
a
trying to
football
think of a
name.
football name.
Yeah,
That's okay.
I'm just trying to
It's all
think.
very casual.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't swear, but you're 9, so you won't be swearing anyway. But just very casual conversation,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what this podcast is about, I think I told you about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's about mental health.
Yeah.
So, what do you know about mental health?
Not much.
Not much.
No.
Okay, do you know anything?
It's people go to a mental health hospital
People go to a mental health hospital. Okay, so why would they go to a mental health hospital, do you think?
because something's wrong with their brain.
Okay, so what kind of things would go wrong with your brain?
A relative might have died and they've gone crazy about it.
Okay,
They can't deal with it.
so that would be something like grief,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We don't really say they've gone crazy, but
They have.
they haven't, but so they're suffering with grief, which a lot of people go through, right? So what else do you know about mental health? So people go to a mental health hospital and when they've lost someone in their life. So what else do you know about mental health?
Nothing, basically.
Okay. So the conversations that happen about mental health,
Yeah.
we're trying to get physical health and mental health on the same platform, talking about them the same. So physical health being anything from if you break your leg to if you get a horrible disease, right?
Yep.
That's physical health, right? So mental health, as you said, is something that's happening to someone's brain, okay?
Yes.
Shouldn't be any different, right? Good. So, what I want to know from you is, and I think I asked you this earlier, what do they, oh no I didn't, what do they teach you in schools about mental health? Are they talking to you anymore? Are they opening up a conversation about mental health?
No.
They're not?
No.
Okay, so you said your favourite subject was maths and English, right?
Well, arithmetic, but yes.
Arithmetic, maths, and then English you liked writing, yeah?
And drawing.
And drawing.
Yes.
So, do you like science?
Yes, I do sometimes.
What do you like about science?
I like when we do experiments, but writing about science is just boring, like writing down notes and things.
Right. But what do you like? So you've obviously got biology, physics and chemistry, right?
Kind of.
Okay. So, mental health, for example, would come under biology, right?
Okay.
So it's the biology, I mean, this is probably going to make me sound very, very silly, Alf, but biology, because I don't know the definition of biology, but it's essentially what happens in the body, I think. Oh, Zara! Right, we'll pause it. Are we pausing it? Are you coming in, Zara? Do you want to come in? Okay, we'll pause it here for a sec. Right, so Zaza has gone. But we had a little interlude from Rebecca, who's the co-host, but she hasn't done anything. She hasn't been on my podcast yet.
Yes.
So we did the intro this morning, and then this is the first episode, which will probably be put out today. So,
where would it be put out?
What did Rebecca just say?
Where would it be put out?
On Facebook. Well, on Facebook and other platforms. But anyway, what did Rebecca what did Rebecca just say? What did Rebecca say biology was?
Biology is the study of living things, which includes plants, people, animals.
Absolutely spot on. So, people, right? But she also said medicine and things like that. So mental health would come under biology, right?
Yeah, because I'd say medicine because there's living things in medicine sometimes. Like, sometimes you'd put a plant in a medicine.
Sometimes plants can be medicine. Sometimes you can put plants in medicine, yes. Okay, so in biology, so when you have science, is it just straight science?
What do you mean?
As in, with your science classes, do you have biology, physics and chemistry, or is it just science class?
Basically just science.
Okay.
We studied sound once.
Sound?
Yeah.
Which would be physics. Okay. Anyway, we're going off topic a little bit, but anyway, mental health should come under biology, right? Or maybe ethics. Do you do philosophy and ethics? RS? RE, religious education, religious studies. It doesn't really go under that, but anyway, it's probably biology, anyway. So, what have we got here? We've learned that you don't really do much in school when you're 9. So you're private school, public school?
Public.
Public, okay. So,
I go to a school in Otley.
That's all we need to know. Let's not do specifics, but it's in Otley, okay, which is in Leeds, right?
1 second. It's Otley in Leeds or Bradford?
Leeds. Otley's in Leeds. Right, so you go to a public school in Otley.
Yeah.
Just for context, but they're not talking to you about mental health. They're not talking to you about mental health. Okay, so we've covered schools. So there's probably not enough education in schools as a 9-year-old about mental health, right?
Yes.
Have you ever spoken to mum or dad about mental health?
No.
No.
Only when Dad's gone to a mental health hospital because of work.
Because he works there, right? So he hasn't
No,
been
he
there.
doesn't work there.
Right.
He just gets call outs to go there.
Right.
Sometimes.
But he hasn't been as a patient.
No.
Right. So do you talk?
Is this recording?
Yes.
Okay.
We can pause it if you like. We don't need. I mean, he goes. So what does Daddy do? Like, just for context.
So he works as a builder, and like sometimes when someone's tried to get into a medicine cabinet, they've ripped the door off. So Dad's gone to fix the door back on.
Right. So that's how we... Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, cool. Okay, so you haven't spoken to Mum and Dad about mental health, but do you talk to Mum and Dad about your feelings?
Very rarely.
Do you ever talk to anyone about your feelings?
Not really.
Do you think you have any feelings?
Yes, I have feelings.
Do you want to talk about your feelings?
No.
Okay.
Because I don't really know what about.
You don't really know... Hold on, let's pause it a sec. There's a silly sausage outside. Sorry, we had a bit of a distraction. This podcast is actually being recorded at a barbecue, isn't it? Yeah. And it is currently 7:30. So some of the adults have had a little bit to drink, haven't they, Alfie?
Yes.
Which is very much to do with mental health as well, but we won't go that far.
No.
So why do you not talk about your feelings?
Because, first of all, I kind of sort them out by myself.
Okay, so how do you do that?
I'm not really sure. I try to distract myself by doing something sometimes.
You try to distract yourself?
Yeah.
So when you're feeling what?
I don't know, sad or something.
Okay. So how do you distract yourself when you're feeling sad?
I draw something.
You draw something?
Yes. Or read a book.
Wow. Okay. So...
Why the wow?
Because in my introduction to the whole of this podcast series, I said the best way that I dealt with my mental health, because I have a mental health issue, or I have had one. I don't know if I still have it, but I had what's called bipolar. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Okay.
What?
Bipolar is layman's terms, is you go through large mood swings. Okay, so sometimes your mood is very, very low, and sometimes it's very, very high. Okay, so very, very low means you're very, very sad a lot of the time, right? And very, very high means you're very, very energetic. Basically put, and then you flip between the two, right? But what I said in the introduction was the best way to deal with my sadness when I was at the low point of the mood swings was to distract myself, right? So that's what's called behavioural activation, okay? Yeah. So when you're sad, you distract yourself from being sad by reading and drawing.
Yes.
Okay? So you know what therapy is?
Kind of.
What's your idea about therapy?
I believe therapy is something done in a hospital.
Okay, interesting. But what do you think it is?
I think it's like a medical exercise.
Medical exercise, okay.
Yes.
Can you say any more about that?
Not really, no.
Okay, so what I believe therapy is, and actually I talked to Louie's mum about this.
Yeah.
Therapy is a way of talking that changes your brain activity. That could be slightly wrong. But when you talk to someone and you go back to different events that have happened in your life and you talk about them, they change the way that your brain works, okay? So if something bad's happened and you go back and talk about it, then you can change the neural pathways. So the neural pathways meaning like the brain. If our brain has lots of pathways in it, it will change them and make them better. That's probably not entirely correct, but it's something like that. But essentially what therapy is, basically, is that you go in a medical, sometimes in a hospital and sometimes just in an office or sometimes in someone's house, something like that, and you talk to someone about your feelings, right?
Yeah.
And with a view to then making yourself feel better, right? Mm-hmm. There's lots of different types of therapy. One of the therapies that I've done, and a lot of other people do, is art therapy. So what you're doing to make yourself not feel sad anymore, is essentially art therapy.
Yeah.
It's drawing. Yeah. So how did you come up with that?
Well, I'd go to my room and I'd look for things to do.
Yeah.
And say I try to solve a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
But I'm absolutely rubbish at them. So I try something else.
Okay.
And eventually, I see my colouring pad
Yeah.
and a pack of pencils next to it.